Welcome back to another FTB Infinity Evolved on Expert Mode with yours truly, Mr. Kryllyk. That's me. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully, Welcome to the show, I tell ya. Anyways, I've been doing a little bit of work. As you can see in Wayla here, I have 10 soybean seeds. Just kind of using the three, slapping it down and mutating as we go. So we have some great soybean seeds going forward. Now, those are going to be decently important. One of the reasons soybean is so good, and I'll tell you why, is because of the way you can use it. There's different things that you can use soybean for, but one of the best things is in a presser. We can get soy milk, which can also be used for lots of cool and awesome things, but it can also be pressed into silken tofu, which again can be used for a lot of good things, but then it can be pressed into firm tofu, which is basically a replacement for all meat. So you don't really need to get a cow farm up and running or anything like that. You can use it as a meat source. There's 75 different uses for it. So it's a very good crop to have. Definitely recommend keeping an eye out for it in the agricraft houses. But here we are down here. I'm really thankful that you guys enjoyed the last episode. There's a few things I want to get going right at the beginning and then a few more things from there. So, first things first. That recipe is wrong. Presser from Pam's Harvest Craft. Asparagus, celery, cabbage, oats. There we go. So 2 pressers. They're not overly expensive, and those are the other 4 crops that I have upstairs. Now, these guys also aren't all that intuitive. They're pretty straightforward. I'm just going to throw them down right here for right now. But basically, you put in the soybeans. Out will come the soy milk, just like so, straight up 1 for 1. And then, by theory, you put it in the next one, etc., etc. But you need like 4 pressers to get that all done. So for right now, I'm going to do it manually because that's the way it's going to go. All right. The next thing that I do want to get, though, is a few capacitors, and I believe I was working on a couple more redstone chipsets because we used almost all of them up, and we're getting into a little bit of Ender IO as well, and we're going to get a brand new capacitor bank, the basic capacitor bank by Ender IO, a very nice block, 1 million RF storage. Compare that to our 2 million in our hardened energy cell. Still pretty darn good. The difference is these kind of stack together, and I believe they can output more RF per tick as well. Let's just see. I don't think it tells us until we place it down. So let's place it down. Yeah, so it can output 1,000 RF per tick, whereas this can only do up to 800. So that is a little bit different. And we are going to get this guy charging as well. So, boom, just like that. And let's see, I think it's out the back. No? No? Is it this one then? Yeah, there we go. So, like I said, this is bringing it in at 800 RF per tick. We're draining out that guy, and we're getting our storage caught up in the Ender IO system as well. So very nice. I personally prefer capacitor banks, if not for only one reason. This reason right here. I can access my jetpack and we can charge it in the capacitor bank. It's so much easier than running over to the kinetic generator. You have to open your inventory, pull off your jetpack, click in here, and then charge it. It's just way more user-friendly, in my opinion. So, as you can see, I'm building a little bit more steel and stuff as well, so that's good. We'll get this guy cranked up pretty good. That'll be a nice little backup. And I'll probably make a few more of those as well. And like I said, we can stack those upon one another. I don't think there's too much else that we can really get into with Ender IO at this point. I could probably squeeze out a sag mill, but it's really not necessary overall. Yeah, really just not even necessary. The alloy smelter would be the one that I truly want, and that guy is really expensive with the induction furnace, the electric furnace, etc. I would actually like to make an induction furnace as well for massive smelting needs. And we can put it down right there. Other than that, things are going pretty well. Our storage back here is working good. I wouldn't mind getting, like I said before, an MFE on there, but oh, that's an MFSU upgrade kit. Oh, okay. I wouldn't mind getting this, but it's just really not necessary at this point in time. So here we are, and one of the things that I'm noticing, so we filled up this capacitor, but on this guy, holy cow, we're still draining. Why? Because of the induction smelter. So as you can see, we're really not making much for power. And I'd like to actually find out exactly what we are making for power. So I'm going to remove this capacitor here, and we're actually going to place it on this guy. Because one of the benefits, really, yeah, it is obstructed. Indeed. Indeed, indeed. Okay, let's just put it on the other side like so. So that will be set up to automatically input into the hardened cell. But what the capacitors will do for us is they'll actually tell us the input rate of our power. So when I click on this now, and you mouse over it, you're going to see that we're at a minus 714 RF per tick. Right now, because we're filling up the hardened energy cell beside it, okay? So this guy can only transfer at 800. This guy is now earning, currently, 86 RF per tick is it. 86 RF per tick is all the power that we are generating. What? That is so low. So we need to improve our power generation hands down. This is unacceptable. So that is exactly what we are going to do as of now. I'm waiting for the last pieces. We need some firm tofu at the top. But I got a really fun idea. Everybody makes water wheels. Everybody makes diesel engines, all that kind of stuff. And those are great. Those are fantastic. Don't get me wrong. I'll probably make a few diesel engines from Immersive Engineering pretty soon. But what I'm going to do is we're actually going to take advantage of our slime farm over here. And we are going to make it so that we use this stuff right here for power. Yes, indeed. So, without further ado, I will be right back as we wait for the tofu. Alright, so culinary generators. Yes, indeed. They're not overly expensive. Pistons, some furnace, which are a little bit expensive, a lot of cobble. But I've found quite a few villages, so these are basically free. A little bit of iron and redstone. The biggest hiccup is that firm tofu. But these guys are pretty darn awesome. So if I place one down, and basically this eats food for power. Alright, so let's get rid of NEI for a second here. And you'll see that this gelatinous slime drop, this is the one that we get from the drying rack, is going to generate 41,000 RF at 24 RF per tick. Now, if you remember correctly, we're only generating 86 RF per tick. So by theory, with these three, we're almost there. Like, this is 72 with the gelatinous slime drop. And again, these are not overly expensive, in my opinion, compared to some of the other things. Now, getting these guys on the drying rack and all that kind of stuff is a little annoying. I haven't really tested it with item ducks and whatnot, but instead I'd like to actually just see what a slime does. So this guy does 13,680 at 8 RF per tick. So I think going with the drying rack would probably be more advantageous. I would think. Yeah, I'm thinking going with the drying rack would be more advantageous as a long-term goal, but I think for right now, just using this gelatinous slime as is still a little bit of a boon to our power system. And then if we can kind of manipulate that and improve it and get all the advanced stuff, like you can get this upgraded into a culinary generator, which does require a QED, but you know, it's one of those things. And you can even get it into the bigger one, if I'm not mistaken, the 64 times 1, which is this guy here. Yes, that guy is massive. Bedrockium. Okay, not a big deal. Nope. So what I think I want to do is I want to set up just a small little system here, and I think we're going to use a Jabba barrel. No, you know what? I think we'll just keep using that storage drawer. Yeah, why not, right? For right now. The problem that we have is all of our slimes are over there. Our power is down here. So what we need to do is we need to generate our power, and we need to generate it and at least tie it into this line somehow. So what I'm thinking is we need to set up, we could probably set up a power generation down there and run some cables. Yeah. Anyways, let me get a little bit of that going here, and we should be good to go. Alright, so I've decided, I did a few tests and stuff with item ducks and using the drying racks and whatnot and all that kind of stuff to convert this stuff to the gelatinous slime drop. And that might be something that we go with in the future. But for right now, I think we're just going to connect these guys up accordingly. Pretty straightforward, nothing too crazy here. But I'm going to have to think about that a little bit more. So basically, we're going to set that to ignored, and it should automatically start pulling them out and inserting them into the culinary generator. Now, each one does last a decent amount of time. So as you can see, we're building up RF, and I mean, based on the fact that we have 15,000 slime, I'm not going to be too worried. I am going to kick these guys up. Oh, no. Oh, no. I see you. Oh, that was close. Really? Can you come over here? I don't like you. There we go. Okay. Woo! Luckily, he couldn't get in. I wasn't positive on that, though. But anyways, as we can see, these guys should be starting to work and do their thing. So, they've already caught up. They've filled up this guy. We've already gained like 10,000 RF, and we've only used up one slime ball so far. So, because these guys do give us 13,000. Now, the next step's going to be us wiring these things across the ravine, which might prove a little difficult. I think what we're going to try is we're going to try to set up a couple wooden posts and stuff and kind of maneuver it around the wall. Yeah, you just saw what I did there, didn't you? Is that not awesome or what? All right. Yeah, I think we can pull this off. I'm probably going to need more wire connectors, though, which means we're going to need more clay. Do I have clay somewhere? Am I blind? I might be blind. It's possible. I'm not seeing it here. There it is, right there. Okay. Let's get 16 of you, and we'll get these guys started to smelt up. Again, these connectors are not overly expensive, but they do require hardened clay, so you do need to get that going. Let's get a little bit of iron. And you know what? Let's get another thing of electrum wire, because I think we're going to need it for this wiring. Okay, good. We have another king slime that just spawned in our setup over there, I think, so that's great. We can head on over there at the same time and investigate. Okay, it's dying too. Very nice. I wonder what we're going to get. What would I not mind now? I don't know. There he is up there. Dying in the wall. Oh well. Not ideal, but it works. Okay, so here we are with our power. And we need to manipulate it over to up there, or even like in that general vicinity. So what I'm thinking we will do, I wonder if we shouldn't move all these out one. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think we will. I think we're gonna move all of the generators out by one, because of the way that it works here. So we'll move them all out by one. And then that way we get better line of sight on our wiring. And that shouldn't really affect anything else. So we'll put back in our slime balls, get that going again. And we'll just rewire this with our item ducts. Boom, boom, and boom. Very nice. Okay. So now we have our NV connectors more out in the open, so that they prove to be a little bit more connective. And then we're just going to do this, connect those up. And then what I'm thinking we will do is we'll run a post. And the first post might go, because we can go up from here even. So I'm thinking, there's a tough decision. If we were to go like this, right up to here, and we did this, like pretend that it's built on it, and like that, and then we connect it with the connector, just like so, and we can connect it there. Hello, creeper. Okay, that's good. So that brings us up to here. And then from there, we should be able to get over quite nicely, I would think, just kind of running these posts around the way. I don't want to block my obscure, you know, like the vision on it. I know that there's a few ways that we can go about that, but it's just one of those things that I would prefer to avoid. And then I'll also put them on the spruce like that. Okay, good. That will connect with that. And then we'll see if we can't get it to connect over here, maybe. Maybe even just right here. We'll do that. And will this... I don't think we'll have line of sight. No, we do not. But we could manipulate this land a little bit. So let me get this set up and wired in. And we will carry on. Okay, so from the other side here, as you can see, we have the wiring running across. I think that looks actually really good. I think that worked out quite nicely. So let's give this a quick test. I just fired up the laser. I want to see kind of where we're at here once we start draining a little bit. Are we not draining yet? Really? Did we just do a whole chipset without draining any power? No. That's impossible. Okay. It's not updating anything. Apparently our power is at least adequate. So we're obviously transferring more than enough over from the generators there, I'm thinking, from their build-up. Let's jump over and find out. So these guys had power built up, and they're depleting quite quickly. Okay. That is exactly what is happening. Okay. Glad I got that figured. So what is happening is this buffer here is draining through the wires and over into our setup. So this guy here, for example, completely gone. This guy's about to be gone, and this guy's about to be gone. Because our lasers should be pulling a decent amount of power. So once we go over here now that those have depleted, we should see that this is starting to deplete at a minus 115. Okay. So now, if we actually just stop this, we should get our readings of a... What? Plus 45? We were at like plus 80 something before, weren't we? Anyways, we should have more power either way. There should be more power coming from there. We have our water wheels and our windmills, which I might add a few more while I can, because... yeah, power is definitely a concern at this point in time. And, I mean, draining 115 RF per tick through 4 lasers that are doing 160, that ain't that bad. But I don't know what's going on and why I'm only generating 46 all of a sudden. So, let me figure that out, and we'll be back. Alright, so I wanted to come back and bring you guys back in because I'm making an induction furnace. Yes, indeed, we are jumping right into that as well. You know, it's one of those things. It's a fun one. We can make the raw carbon fibers and the carbon meshes. Pretty straightforward there. And throw those into the compressor. I'm also monitoring all of our power situation. I built another capacitor, and I actually have 4 culinary generators now, so... a little bit more progression there. We need to get some bronze and such rolling. Let's coat these, and let's make an electric circuit. Just like that. Beautiful. And we need an electric furnace, which is a couple more pieces of redstone. I also think that I'm going to probably go and mine a little bit more, and we might need to do something to improve that situation as well. So we're almost done there. Let's get 7 copper. I'm a little bit low on certain things. Copper, silver, you know, all that electrum I've been making kind of binds you down a little bit, just saying. Okay, this is going to be for our mixed ingot. We have our carbon plates. That's good. We can do that and get this all prepared for the next step, which is the induction furnace. Now, for those of you that are unfamiliar with the induction furnace, what a fantastic block and machine it is. It's probably one of the fastest furnaces that I can get at this point in time in the mod pack. Our power is not even getting dented. I love it. Okay, good. And we need to get some of the plates going as well. We'll get the mixed metal ingots compressing. But yeah, it's probably one of the fastest furnaces that you can get pretty early on in the game. So I highly recommend it. It's a good one. This guy, not even getting dented either. Oh, I love this new setup that we have, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you again. Oh my. I am still a little bit under the weather, so I apologize. I'm Canadian. I apologize a lot. I'm sorry. Wait, did I just apologize about apologizing? Oh, God. Anyways. I lost my train of thought. Completely. It's fine. It's fine. So we need our advanced... this guy. Machine casing. Very nice. And that with the electric furnace. Surround it in copper. And we have ourselves an induction furnace. And we're going to throw that guy, because as you can see, it can do a max of 128. So we're going to throw it on our 128 line. And just because we can, we're just going to throw on a lever, okay? Now, what this guy does is with a redstone signal. Oh, that activates that as well. Okay, let's see how much that troubles us. So with the redstone signal, as you can see, both machines here are now heating up. Now they do draw a consistent power, but it should only be like 1 or 2 EU per tick. So we should actually be generating enough with one culinary generator to satisfy these guys being at 100% heat at all times. So I'm going to have to monitor that and make sure that that is the case. But once this induction furnace gets to maximum heat, oh baby, it is a thing of joy. What do we have? We have a few gold nuggets here. That's good, because the next thing that I want to make before we go down mining is some silky cloth, and it's a silky jewel. And I want to make this for my hammer. What this does, it's a modifier, block of emerald. It's usually 1 emerald, just saying. Luckily we have enough, but a block of emerald surrounded by this silky cloth is going to give us a silky jewel. And the reason I want to do this is I want to put silk touch on my hammer. Now, one of the main reasons that I want to do this is, well, there's a couple. So let's go over them quickly. Let's look at dense diamond ore, okay? So with silk touch, obviously, like you guys know, you get this block, okay? This is where it origins, best is at Y13, etc. In this mod pack, there is actually a use for dense diamond ore, for example. Draconic leggings from Draconic Evolution. The other thing that's interesting is if you put this in a macerator, you get 4 diamond ore or a pulverizer, etc., etc. So what this is going to allow us to do is it's going to allow us to pick and choose how we want to process the things and mine really, really fast. Okay, so for example, redstone ore is very wonderful because if you put this in a pulverizer, you get cinnabar. Cinnabar is a fantastic resource that automatically gives you a 100% chance of the secondary result. So, for example, one of the biggest pluses for it is, where is it here? There we go. You smelt down some ferrous ore, 100% chance to get shiny ingots. Now, I don't know about you guys, or an extra iridium, for example. Okay, so very important stuff overall. So let's put silk touch on our hammer. Very nice. We still, you know what? I think that's still good. Yeah, that's still better than our blue slime king one that we have. I'm going to have to make more alumite. As you can see, there's not much durability left on this bad boy. And I'm probably going to have to repair most of my tools before I go mining. But with the silk touch, I think that's going to make a pretty big difference overall. Anyways, that is going to be it. For me, this has been a great episode, I must say. I've been enjoying this episode. We need 4 iron. Thank you very much. And I really hope you guys appreciate it too. Now, for you magic lovers out there, if you're still with me in the episode, we are definitely going to be getting into some magic next episode. I apologize for those that don't like that, but please don't dislike the video because you don't like magic mods or vice versa, etc. That's just kind of weird. But anyways, we are definitely going to be getting into some magic because I want some things from the magic mods, like my ring of magnetization, to name one. So, by the way, these windmills don't produce very much power. Just saying, at 128 anyways. That's it. Bye-bye for now. See ya.